Hey, y'all. You know, y'all are tuning back in with the one and only T-Cash on the T-Cash Show. And I am coming today. Let me adjust myself a little bit. I am coming today to do something different. It's not a story time. Y'all probably sick of those. This is a mukbang. I think that's how you say it. So, I got me a 6-piece chicken tender from KFC. Well, it's $5 now because I ate one. And I got me some macaroni and cheese. And some mashed potatoes that my dear friend made. So, you know, I ain't had no meat. Y'all can't even see it for real. It's steaming. Light control. Boom. Y'all really can't even see it. But it's leftover, so don't judge it by its appearance if it don't look good enough to you. But guess what? It fucking tastes good. Like I said, got my bottle of hot sauce. Boop, boop. And I had to be super duper obnoxious and bring a whole 2-liter Sprite. And I got my few sauces, you know, sauce. Ranch, sauce, drip it in sauce. And got this. And I have my MacBook for my notes that I have taken. So, the conversation, child, is going to be Surviving R.Kelly.
She just took my head and put it down by her private part. And wow. She told me to lick her private parts. So of course I didn't know what I was doing.
At 6 years old.
6 years old. And she was like, stick your tongue out, lick it hard, lick it fast.
She's giving you
instructions. And she started giving me oral sex with her mouth. So she turned around and laid me down, and she sat on me, and she took her hand and she grabbed my private part, and she put it in.
Wow.
First bite. I can't lie to y'all, it's good. So, I'm a little thirsty. Woo! So, right off the bat, I just feel like I got an unpopular opinion. And something y'all should know about me on my channel, I'm going to turn this to Ayanla on y'all ass for a second. There's going to come a time where you are not going to like me. You're going to be highly, highly upset with me. This is going to be one of those times. So, let's start off by saying, we're going to address these survivors and those who were involved. Demetrius Smith, the former tour manager, what type of coward were you? How can you willingly, as a man, let another man dictate your character, and would you stand around and watch? For the Miss Late Aaliyah, who is from my hometown, Detroit, you knew she was that young, 15 years old, until sit around and be a witness for a 30-year-old marrying a 15-year-old. I can't rock with that. You kept saying you wanted to speak up, but you never spoke. You never spoke up. If you not saying anything, you not speaking up, it's supporting it. I don't know how y'all feel about the situation, but him not speaking up and watching these things is him supporting it silently. We're gonna move on to Lisa Van Allen, one of the survivors. Okay, so she said she was impressionable as a kid. And I said, so nothing made you want to leave? You didn't think to tell your parents or give them any indication? How was your mom okay with you going to Chicago? Because I don't know how y'all were raised, but child, ain't no way in the fuck my mama was letting me fly to Chicago as no kid. For one, flying to Chicago and visiting is one thing. But flying to Chicago and motherfucking staying?
Oh my God.
Excuse me. Woo. That's another one.
That's probably do it to you.
Okay, anyway. So, visiting is one thing my mama did not play or would not have allowed. So, let alone staying and coming back, not coming back. What? Where in the hell did you get off going to Chicago to meet with this grown-ass man by yourself? I said, so when she was sitting in the room with the parents, how could she look them in the face and lie? Well, you didn't lie, but she let R.Kelly lie. How can that survivor sit there and watch R.Kelly lie to this little girl's family about what's going on there and not say nothing? I just feel like you a weak bitch for that. I'm sorry, you're supposed to be a survivor. You're not a weak bitch for that, but you know, that was more weak-minded, so to speak. Girl, Devontae Cunningham, I don't have nothing to say about her, because she fucked me up with the hair switch. How did you go from braids to a ponytail with the same outfit? You tried that shit. You tried that shit. Oh, you know who I want to get into? The wife, Andrea Kelly. Girl, who the fuck? Girl, you. I don't put the clip of you on this video in a car with your present husband riding R. Kelly, singing along, pretty much saying how shit is all cool and shit is all good and great.
Yes, that is my baby daddy playing in the background. What y'all about?
Turn right to I-285 South.
Questions, you have passed my test. Happy people, yeah, yeah, yeah. What you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes. He's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is, I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm. It wasn't no shit like he went and hid off somewhere and then came back.
But you be the main one sitting here doing this damn documentary. Sis, pick a side, pick a side. For him to marry you with no family present, no dress, he just playing everything to a T. How do you just sit back and allow these things? I know people were raised differently and things like that, but these are y'all mindsets. So, man, I blame y'all parents for y'all being so weak-minded. I said, for Geronda Page, the girl who was going to the trial, she said she didn't want to believe it. She went to his house and she didn't tell anyone. My response to her is, if you said you was already molested, what would even draw you to him? Yeah, you were a fan of his, but at what point do you use your fucking medulla if you were molested before and this man is even some type of way, shape, or form attached to something that could do with rape and molestation? I wouldn't want any doings with you. R. Kelly or not, I don't want anything to do with you because you are a villain. You are an attacker or whatever the fuck the shit is. You are pretty much against me. You are the antagonist to my story, pretty much. At that point, it's just like I wouldn't even want anything to do with him. When ooh, that was a good one. Excuse me. I can get into it now because that burp was just driving me nuts. Geronda, when he told you to take your bathing suit off at the mansion, you did it. Why? You told him you didn't think you could tell R. Kelly no. What point did you lose your voice? So, this didn't ring a bell in your head to say, hey, this is about to be another sexual assault in my life. If this isn't something that you didn't want, R. Kelly or not, if this was something that you didn't want, R. Kelly or not, it wouldn't have happened, I feel. I feel like he's not raping you. It's kind of like he's forcing himself on you. Not really forcing himself on you. He's pretty much just being aggressive with you to where you don't really want to say no. Which is just is wrong. I'm not, by no means, shape, or form, I'm saying what he's doing is right. Because at the end of the game, he is playing a mind game. But I feel like at the same time, you have to be stronger than that. These girls in these stories, I just feel as though there's no way in hell you're going to turn me against my mom. Me and my mom are like this. You can't get in my head. You can't make me think that my mom don't love me or Man, none of that. Geronda said she waited inside that mansion in a room, whatever, for him to come back for her. That was after she had already took her bathing suit off for him. If you didn't want to have sex with him, why would you wait? When you walked inside of that mansion and you seen those girls in there walking all through the mansion, you thought to yourself, what the hell is going on in here? And you also attended the trial, which was speculating and surrounding him doing things of this nature. It didn't click to you in your head, oh my God, I'm about to be another victim. And it's like, all this shit was common sense. You could have caught it. This honey mustard is so good. She's all through the bitch. She's all through the bitch.
I just want to turn out a little circle of it out there so you can see. See there? Cheese all through the bitch. Cheese all through this motherfucker, okay?
We're going to take a pause from that. I feel, we're going to take a pause from this food too. I feel as though maybe I have a different kind of opinion because I told y'all on my channel, I'm going to keep it real. So, excuse me. I'm going to keep it real. So maybe the reason that I have this unpopular opinion about this whole situation, and I don't really want to necessarily place all of the blame on R. Kelly, because some of them girls knew what they wanted. Now, the ones that were younger and were, I'm saying, 14, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Some of them might not have wanted that. For him to approach them by being 14 years old, that is wrong. It is foul. I will give y'all that all day and all night. What I'm saying is, there are some 14-year-olds that are hot in the ass. And I say that because I'm going to keep it all the way a stack with y'all. I was one of them. Not with R. Kelly. Not with R. Kelly, but I was the 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old who wanted to be grown. You know, people that I dealt with on that type of level, on a relationship type level, I always dealt with older dudes. I never really wanted nobody who was my age. I always talked to dudes who were 4 or 5 years older than me, 7 years older than me, hell, 10 years older than me. I was 17 entertaining a 30-year-old. I was 13 entertaining a 19-year-old. And it is all, which isn't right, but you know, me, today, 19 going on 20 in less than a month, looking back, it's kind of like, oh my God. Was I a victim? I wouldn't say that, but others would feel so. Because me being 17 talking to somebody who was 30, it's just kind of like, with interest does this 30-year-old have a 17-year-old? What do y'all have in common? What do you want with a 17-year-old? Hey, 13, when I was 13, I was lying to a dude about my age. When I was 13, I told the dude that I was 15 and I was turning 16. On my 14th birthday, which he thought was my 16th birthday, he made all these posts on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and just the whole just big blow up like, oh my God, you know, this dude I've been feeling, you know, he becoming a young man. He turning 16. Eventually, my conscience got the best of me. And I was like, you know, I can't even keep on lying to you. I didn't turn 16. I turned 14. He stopped talking to me. At the moment. We got a BBW. You a BBW? At the moment.
Look at it. We got a BBW. You a BBW?
At the moment.
That's right. That's right.
What you mean at the? What you mean at the moment?
At the moment.
But he stopped talking to me at the moment. But guess what? He circled back around. So, maybe I'm looking at this whole Surviving R.Kelly thing from an LGBT standpoint. Because I see a lot of shit on social media. A lot of people got an opinion on this about R. Kelly talking to minors, but as quiet as it's kept, a lot of these older gay men in the LGBT community love minors. The same older crowd of gays, well, at least I know in my city in Detroit, that I see on social media, rah, 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 rah. R. Kelly this, R. Kelly that. Y'all are the same ones that's been trying to fuck with my age group that is now of age since we were minors. Ain't that the hot called and kettle motherfucking black around this motherfucker? So I did want to tap into that for a second. We're going to keep on moving forward. Kitty Jones, you quit your job in Dallas at 30 years old and moved to Chicago. How could you get mad at your friend for saying the obvious about the sex tape? You gonna get mad at your friend for saying, hey girl, did you see that sex tape? Bitch, I would say the same thing. Did you see the fucking sex tape? What the fuck are you doing getting so seriously involved with this man who has had such serious allegations against him? Girl, and then you gonna get mad if you Googled the images and then you seen it. Awesome. Oh my God, I'm stuck. No, bitch, you wanted the date. Stop playing with me. You knew all along. Alex and Angelo, Clary, I'm so sorry that y'all have still not found y'all daughter. But y'all ass getting cut in two next. There's no way in fuck, Angelo, me as a father is letting this grown-ass man grab my motherfucking daughter out of the stage, out of the crowd, and onto the stage in my face. And I know what he is about. This grown-ass man that's my age pull up my daughter on stage, and I know for a fact what his music is about. Whether it's about kids or not, his music is based off of sexual content. It's sexual. Like I said, whether it's about kids or not, it's sexual. And on top of that, you said you knew about the past charges. So it's kind of like, in my eyes, you and Alex put one leg in the door, one leg out the door, and y'all kept one leg in. It's like y'all kind of wanted the R. Kelly opportunity. Y'all wanted to test the waters, But then y'all started seeing shit was gonna start going fucking left, and then y'all kind of started like backtracking, like, oh no, oh no. Well, maybe it was an audition. What the fuck? If it looked like a duck, it walked like a duck, and it quacked like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. Y'all should have known from the moment he pulled her on that stage that he was bad news. He pulling this your young ass daughter out of the crowd when it's already been said all the media he like young girls. But y'all gonna still let this man work with your daughter, right? Go off, sis. And then y'all had the motherfucking nerve to let him feed y'all this bullshit about having a fucking guardian from the record label? Are you dumb? Guardian from the record label, my motherfucking ass. You tried that shit, bitch. But run it. I would have looked at that like, fuck no. Ain't no guardian, no fucking record label watching my daughter. Female or not. That's your camp. I know who you are. I know what you're about. Why do you need to take my daughter and seclude her from us on a tour with you and your people so you can help her? No. Fuck that. One of her parents go with her on this tour or she's not going. Flat the fuck out. Fuck them dreams. At some point, you have to put your foot down as a parent and say, that's some bullshit. You're not going. I'm fucking you up. That's the problem. Y'all need to fuck these kids up. The fuck? Let her ass get mad. Bitch, you're not going. You're not going. No. Bitch, you're not going. You're not going. Bitch, sit your hot ass down. That man gonna paint your booty hole. That anonymous person. The person who was anonymous in like episode 4 or 5. The female who was a former employee. You weren't here in this fucking interview like you weren't the same one contributing to the problem. You was the same one going back telling him lies about what the fucking media was saying about him after the lawsuits was surfacing. What the fuck? Now you don't hear him wanting to clear your conscience and shit. But, bitch, you're a part of the problem too. You know off the hook, sis. Next. So, you know, in episode 6, they try to like spin it and play it like everyone bashes the black woman for speaking out against domestic abuse. And violence. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, nowadays, you know, when I felt like when women spoke out, it's taken seriously. Like, look at Evelyn Lozada. She got headbutted for crying out loud. That was taken seriously. Ocho Cinco was fucked up. I don't know. I just feel like I feel how I feel. I don't care who mad. I feel that it's the parents' fault and it's R.Kelly's fault. R.Kelly, you my dog. I'm still gonna bang step in the name of love. You do have a problem because these rumors ain't stem out from nowhere. These speculations and shit came from somewhere. So, do I think Lifetime got you fucked up? Yes. Yup. Do I think Lifetime had you fucked up, Robert Kelly? Yup. Do I even think that some of them may have fabricated the story a little bit better for TV? Yup. Do I think you sick? Yup. But do I still believe that I can motherfucking fly? Yup. I just feel like there's two sides to every story. None of us can pass judgment because none of us were there. I just feel like if R. Kelly is guilty, it didn't take y'all to Surviving R.Kelly to figure out that he was guilty. So y'all can cut that shit out. Ooh, child. That's not like me. I can't be doing these too often. But I just feel like when the trials and shit was all happening back then, and the porn tape surfaced and all of that, if all the evidence was there, even though he got found guilty, he got found innocent, if y'all knew that he was guilty, how can you just disregard the fact that you know he's guilty because he was found innocent? It's many people who are innocent who get found guilty daily, and it's many people who are guilty who get found innocent. It's just kind of like, I feel like y'all are all letting this man play mind games on y'all. Who has a backbone? Who's strong-minded? This shit is just confusing. It's weird. It's giving me a headache. And that's all I got to say about it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. The underlying fact of the matter is, with me, I'm not disgusted with R. Kelly. I don't, not support R. Kelly, because you have to separate the artist from the music. I'ma still listen to his music. I'ma still play Chocolate Factory. I was just playing Ignition Remix earlier today. If anything, this whole Surviving R. Kelly has done great for him. I believe it said he went up by 21% in sales since Surviving R. Kelly. I do sympathize for the victims. Domestic violence and abuse and this whole mess is never okay. But at the same time, everyone has to have some accountability, except for the ones who are absolutely helpless. And they know who they are. R. Kelly know who they are. And are the only ones who know who they are. And I just hope and pray and wish that Alice and Angelo find their baby. And that's all I have to say about this. Thanks for tuning in. Come back for the next video on the TeeKashShow.